All right, Josh. I want to start with the rookie quarterback, and just curious what you've seen from Dwayne Haskins thus far.
He's a big guy. He has a big arm. He's relying on that right now. And you can see his mobility as well in the pocket. He has all the tangibles, like I said before, to be a great quarterback in this league. It's just up to him. It takes time, as in everything, to be groomed and to see a pro-style defense. So he's seeing it now here in training camp, and he make a couple mistakes, but he'll get better from it.
What is it for a rookie quarterback when you're facing a rookie quarterback? When can you tell that they're starting to get it, and do you see signs of that in him?
Well, not making the same mistake twice, kind of, picking your points, or your targets that you want to go after, trying to actually thread the ball in there when not. I think it was a play where he ate the ball. Before he did that, he ended up throwing it into double coverage. So it shows a sign of maturity at a fast point, but he's still growing. It's our third day, so he's still got a lot more to go.
One of the things the coaches have said is they want to encourage more communication from the secondary and the defense this year. When you guys went back and took stock of last season, was what in particular did you guys say, we want more of this?
Well, obviously it's turnovers. You can never not have enough, no matter if you lead the league in turnovers. So we got to get the ball out no matter what it is. If it's on the running game, we got to be a force there. Scraping the ball. If it's in the air, you got to take it away with an interception. So wherever we can get our hands on the ball, create the turnovers, that's what we need to do. But communication has been excellent. Everybody is just getting along, and we got a fresh crop of guys that's sitting there that is just, shoring up everybody. It's fun to play with it right now.
Josh, obviously you had a pretty busy offseason with the bull jumping and all that. What does that mentally do for you in terms of getting you ready for football, to get away from football the way you do?
Well, it's showing. Feels like I can tackle anything, literally. But at the same time, I don't know, I may run out the way of it. But it's all fun and games. I feel like for me, it's back to backyard football, kind of. See ball, get ball. And I'm feeling so loose and relaxed just because I've been through a roller coaster off season. So coming in here now, I think I've put a lot of things in buckets. I know how to turn the switch off and turn it on. A lot of people don't have that ability, so they have to do certain things for a long period of time. But for me, hey, when it's go time, let's suit it up. Let's get it going. When I'm not, then I'm not. Trust me. So now that we are, it's go time, and I'm having fun with it.
One more on the offseason, Josh. Building the facility in your hometown in Greenwood.
Yeah.
As a kid, is that something you ever thought you'd be able to do? What does that mean for you?
Well, it means everything, I wear it today, Stars 24, my nonprofit organization. It means literally the world. I've done so much. I've pretty much did every thrill-seeking thing I can think of, and pretty much helped out so many individuals, and not even individuals, just companies and people, all in one sense. But to build a teen center in my hometown, that pretty much takes the cake for me. That is the pinnacle of what I've worked for all this time and what I've able to obtain through God's grace and His blessings. So be able to give back to a kid, so from their dreams they can actually go out and live their lives through it. And they can do that in Stars 24 and the Boys and Girls Club of America Team Center and there in Greenwood, South Carolina. So it's a big thing for me. It is pretty much everything I've worked up to thus far.
I don't mean this garish, but I think it's a relevant part of the conversation. Mm-hmm. How much did that cost?
Oh, man, it costs kids' faces to be lit up. That's what it costs. When you can do that, that's a big check that I take that one on the chin every time. So, I don't know. There's records for that stuff. Jeez.
Josh, over here. Could you speak on partnering up with Landon Collins? How you're kind of the veteran in in the DB room.
Yeah.
So how are you mentoring with him? How are you meshing with Landon and the younger guys? As you know, everyone comes to you now as the veteran, as the one with the experience. So how's it mentoring with them and working with Landon Collins as well?
Oh my gosh, just letting them guys be them. You know, I don't pretty much be an enforcer or anything. I mean, they know, but I don't like try to step my bounds and be a dictatorship or anything like that. Nah, I let those guys be themselves and we have fun. I mean, don't nobody get out of line or nothing like that. It's just everybody is talking, everybody is, on a cool level with each other. We can have a conversation, and if something don't work out, guess what? We talk about it and we fix it. I want to work with those guys more than I think they want to work with me. So it goes hand in hand with playing with a guy like that, and along with our group, it's just a tremendous feel this year. It really is.
Hey, Josh, over here. Could you talk about the defense? You talked a little bit about them having fun, but could you talk about the unit overall, from the defensive line, the linebackers, the safeties, secondary, just how you see that unit this year? Oh,
man, we smashing this year. I think just the pinnacle of rising up from what we built from 4 years to now, oh, man, we cooking. We really are. Just to see us out there and how we flying around, linebackers playing downhill and cracking, and like safeties and corners actually breaking on the football. Dunny had 3 today. I mean, come on, you can't make this stuff up. Fabian looking sweet. I mean, you look at the whole entire crew right now. I mean, 2-5, a little more than that kid gonna be special. So, man, you can't say enough about our crew, really. I mean, how we be able to evolve. And I don't even want to talk about a D-line because I get hard on just talking about those guys because it's so freaking phenomenal. Like, they really are. Those Bulls up front really makes everything go for us. And if they can, thread through the offensive line like they've been able to do these past 3 days, man, we're gonna be a force to be reckoned with for sure.
Josh, I saw you after practice working with Kelvin Harmon.
Mm-hmm.
What have what are you relaying to him? What are you guys talking about? How are you getting him right for this season in practices?
Well, yeah, for him, he wants it. You know what I'm saying? He wants it. And for a lot of cats, for a lot of guys, you see they come in and they are guys, But for him, it seems like he want to take that next step and that next approach to being not just a guy, but actually a playmaker, somebody that's a star that sticks out. And he wants to learn because, on the line, I think that's where he feels that it needs more work at. So that's what he want to work and get better at. And for somebody like that young to actually want to come in and get work, man, that says a lot for him, not only him, it's his character. Because he's able to form up, he's able to go against, someone that is much superior to him. And I just want to show him tips here and there to where he can get off and he can actually be better on the line than before. And everything he's able to do, I think he got me on, it's like a 2-on-2 earlier. I told him quick. He hit me with a quick, and I didn't even know it came. It came down, and he ended up catching a ball on these one-on-ones, and it was just like, okay, that was nice. So he's formed up, so he's actually learning, and it's a good thing to see.
Josh, back here. I've asked a couple players this question, so now it's your turn. What are 7 essential items you need to make it through training camp?
Oh, my gosh. What is that? Soap, more soap.
Fair enough.
Literally all day.
Jay at the owners' meetings had said that he wanted to see kind of a superstar level of you next year. I guess, 1, do you agree with that? And then 2, do you see yourself still being able to rise your game to another level?
Yeah, every year is a rise. Every year is a rise. No matter what it is, the obstacles that we face, it's always to rise above that and be something that's more than, that you were the previous year. I'll be better than I was last year. Last year was better than the year before that one. And it's just going to continue to go forth because that's how I prepare. That's how I push myself. Outside, voices are what they are. I can't control those. They'll be that for the rest of my life.
With Dunbar out last year, you were able to face a lot more like the opposing number 1 receiver more consistently. How do you think that benefited you in some preparation for this season?
Well, probably the same thing. They'll probably be the same thing. I don't think anything will change because you obviously want that challenge no matter what or who it is. So I think just working within the defense and the scheme of what is being called is going to benefit everybody.
Let's do Ben in the back, then you, and then Kyle, you got the last one. Trying to get an assessment of the receiving core, especially some of the young guys, now that you're actually getting out there, going up against McLaurin and some of the others. What's your impression of this group?
My impression of this group, they're fast. These guys are fast, they catty, they scatty. That's Jay Crop, though. He likes those little guys that can get in and out and then get going when they get the ball and get vertical. So you're seeing a lot of that, being able to change. And they do a really good job, man. They really do. It's not as much credit as they get. And if you ain't out there covering, you will see different, you know what I'm saying? So they actually are playing pretty well right now for us if they can get the ball off. Our line's just animalistic, man. They are just, gosh, that good.
Josh here in the back. What is working with Ray Horton, the new defensive backs coach, like?
Man, it's fresh. It really is. You cannot, no matter what you do, substitute pretty much everything about veteran leadership in that guy. I mean, experience at its best. No matter where you go or what you do, you want to have that experience. Because I can, like, pull from him to be like, what can I change here? Because he's played it, he's coached it, he's done it. So he's seen it all. So it's almost like, okay, what can I use, what can I grab from him to put in my tool belt so I can go out there and defeat, my opponent? Because if you don't have that experience, then it's like, what are we doing? How are we able to take from you? You know what I'm saying? It's just hard. Because for me, I'm at a point where we steady trying to grow. I didn't make it yet. Well, at least I don't feel that way. But it's just I need more, and he can give me that.
And then, Josh, so you talked about Fabian, and I know that Jay Gruden's been high on him throughout the offseason workouts. What about him and his skill set gives you confidence that he can take that next step in year 3 in the secondary?
Today, yesterday, the day before. I mean, the way he's able to perform. I mean, he's working now at a rate to where he's coming to his own. You can even see that. Today he made a play inside. I think it was on a 7-on-7. Fabian would have made that play a year ago. This year, he's making that play every time. And I trust in that. You know what I'm saying? I'm trusting in making the play, trusting in him being where he needs to be. And you can see his confidence rise. And it exudes from him. And I feel that. Everyone on the defense feel that. So it's like, man, we can depend on that. He's stepping up big. Look, man, we're going to be a force to be reckoned with back there. So it's going to be good to see. And not a lot of people talking about it, and that's good. That's really good. And that's how we like it, because we don't want to be spoke on at this point in time. We still got a lot of work to do. But we'll get them pass on and come that first game of the year. Then we'll be matched up with our test.
All right. Thanks, Josh.
Great, man. No bull questions. Great.